Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. Today, we're going to be recapping the Houston Rockets 2023 NBA Draft as the Houston Rockets end up making two selections in this draft as they were scheduled to make. Did not trade either one of their picks in this year's draft, and at times I thought the Rockets should trade that 20th overall pick, and I gotta admit, I'm really glad we didn't, because a blessing fell to us at pick 20 with Cam Whitmore as a guy who, with picking Eamon Thompson at 4. Cam Whitmore was a guy that we were considering at pick 4 instead of Eamon Thompson. And Eamon Thompson, it's reported that Whitmore had a couple bad workouts and a couple bad interviews, and that caused his draft stock to go very down, and he kept falling and falling and falling in this draft. You saw multiple teams, pass on him. You saw teams pass on him twice with the Magic and the Jazz. The Jazz had a chance to get him at 9, which honestly, in my opinion, I think they made the right choice with getting Taylor Hendricks, but had a chance to get him at pick 16. I mean, this guy was expected to be a top 7 draft pick, if not guaranteed top 10 draft pick, and they had the chance to get him at 16. They had the chance to get him at 9. Didn't do that at 9. Got a really good player in Taylor Hendricks. 16, they chose Jalen Hood-Schifino. 16. I can't remember who do they pick at? I can't remember who they picked at 16. It wasn't Jalen Hood-Schifino, but I can't remember who they picked at 16. It might have been Keontae George. I feel like it was Keontae George that they picked at 16, but they had the chance to pick him at 16. They didn't. Then, if you look at the Magic, they had multiple chances to draft Cam Whitmore. They had the 6th overall pick. They decided to go with they went with what's his name, Anthony Black, and then at 11 they had another chance to get him and went with Jett Howard. So the Magic and the Jazz, two teams who had multiple chances to get him in this draft, one outside of the top 5, one outside of top 10, and then the Jazz at pick 16. Multiple teams passed on him. When the Rockets, he fell to them at 20. Rockets got the chance, and they went for it, getting Cam Whitmore, a guy who was expected to definitely be a top 10 pick, and if not a top 10 pick, a guy who was going to be, in the top 7, in the top 10 in that area. So Rockets got a steal. I honestly, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I know the Spurs got Wemby, but I really do think the Rockets won this draft, and I'm not being biased as a Rockets fan. I really do think the Rockets won this draft. They got a guy who was supposed to if you were to look at a mock draft, he was usually in the tops. You would not see Cam Whitmore outside of the top 7 in any mock draft. They got a top 7 talent in this year's draft at pick 20. And then you got Eamon Thompson at pick 4 as well. I view that as a huge W. You get Cam Whitmore, a guy who is a hell of a basketball player. He's one of the guys in the NBA. I mean, he's one of the guys in this draft that they are saying he is one of the most players in this draft that is most NBA ready. And he had a great year at Villanova this year as a freshman. 16.6 points per game with 7 rebounds per game. Solid defender as well. Really solid 3-point shooter. 35%. Really good mid-range shooter as well. I think he's just going to be an all-around good player for the Houston Rockets. And we got him at pick 20 when he's really a top 7, top 10 talent. And that was huge. And then getting Eamon Thompson as well. He's a guy who's going to bring this whole roster around. He can do everything for us. He can score in the paint and be athletic. And him and Jalen Green are going to be unbelievable together. He's going to be a great passer. He's, for our offense with, getting the ball to, the right people. I mean, I love Kevin Porter Jr., but I don't think Kevin Porter Jr. is, honestly, I don't think Kevin Porter Jr. is a point guard, and he just didn't fit with the Rockets as the, I honestly, in my opinion, for the Rockets, you keep Kevin Porter Jr., you put him off the bench, and he'll be like your sixth or seventh man, and he'll do pretty good. But honestly, just in my opinion, I think that Amen Thompson's just going to be a really good piece for the Rockets. Averaged 8 assists per game this year, and 8 rebounds per game, and 20 points per game in overtime elite, with 3 steals per game. He's going to be great defensively for us. He's going to be athletic. He's going to go out there and get just a crap ton of rebounds and assists. He's going to go do a lot for us every night. I'm very excited for Amen Thompson, and I'm excited for Cam Whitmore. Both of these guys are going to be great players. Yes, we have to worry about Amen Thompson's three-point shot, but, I know he shot 25% from 3 this season in overtime elite, but I really do. I believe that Amen Thompson will work on his shot a little bit this summer. I'm not saying it's going to get a lot better, but I think Amen Thompson will work on his three-point shot to the point where it gets a tiny bit better. Honestly, in my opinion, if he's not making threes, and I don't really care, to be honest with you, as long as he's not taking a bunch of them, it doesn't mind me, because he's going to be doing so much more other better stuff for us that, we don't really need him to, be taking or making a lot of threes. I mean, he's going to be scoring in the paint a lot. He's going to be, facilitating the offense as well, getting the ball into open shots as well. I just think, it would be, to make him a full, potential, if this guy becomes a really good three-point shooter, in my honest opinion, I think Amen Thompson could become like a superstar type player if this guy becomes like a really good three-point shooter, which I don't know if I see that happening. But what I'm saying is I could see Amen Thompson becoming a near superstar like player if Amen Thompson becomes a good three-point shooter. I think we have some good coaches that can help him with his three-point shot. We hired Ben Sullivan, who's a guy who, he's reportedly, what I've read about Ben Sullivan is that, he's really good at working with players on three-point shooting and three-point shots. So maybe you have Ben Sullivan, new Rockets assistant coach, work with Amen Thompson a little bit, and hopefully everything can, be okay with Amen Thompson. But besides that, I know everybody's worried about his three-point shot, but even if it doesn't show up, I think it's fine, because he's still going to do so much for us offensively, defensively, and everything. And then you got other three-point shooters as well. Cam Whitmore is going to be shooting threes for us. He's going to be knocking them down. Jalen Green. I think Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be making way more threes this offseason, because Ime Udoka has said in interviews, like Kevin Porter, Jr. He was. I think it's something like Ime said something about how KPJ shot like 38% from threes when he would pull up three, and then basically what he said is that I want KPJ to shoot more of those type of shots. And so I think KPJ is going to be shooting better from 3 next season. I think so. Same thing for Jalen. I think Jabari, you got Jabari knocking down 3-pointers. I think Sengun's going to be taking more threes next season. I know it would suck if Amen doesn't, improve on that 3-point shot, but if it doesn't, it's not going to hurt us that much, because we got other good 3-point shooters that are improving. Jalen's 3-point shots can improve. Same thing for LP, Jabari, and KPJ. And you're adding in Cam Whitmore. I would think whoever the Rockets bring in is going to be a good 3-point shooter. I mean, the 3 guys they're interested in, Brook Lopez, Dylan Brooks, and Fred VanVleet, all those guys are good 3-point shooters. Brooks shot 34% from 3 this season. Brook Lopez is one of the best big men 3-point shot shooters Brook Lopez is one of the best big man three-point shooters in the NBA. And then Fred VanVleet's a really good three-point shooter as well. So whoever they're going to bring in free agency, they're going to be good three-point shooters as well. So it honestly wouldn't hurt us if Heyman Thompson doesn't improve that three-point shot. But the best scenario is him improving that three-point shot for the Rockets. But honestly, in my opinion, the Rockets won the draft with these two selections, getting Cam Whitmore and Heyman Thompson in the first round with pick 4 and 20. You guys have more thoughts on the draft for the Rockets tonight. I was so impressed by our Rockets. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Rockets.